Topical back with another video. I'm Strange Wang. Today we got a review for The Devil All the Time. I give The Devil All the Time a 5 out of 10 wings.
Why? 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 Why?
Because this film's like a steak dinner. All the
Vixens.
Fantastic. But the steak itself, very overcooked.
What that mean?
And what is the steak, you may ask? The steak's a story. There's just too much going on in the story. It's kind of like the shirt I'm wearing. It's kind of like Pulp Fiction, where all the stories, they intertwine together to make one big, beautiful story, and it all makes sense. And it's like a big shot, gasping moments at the end. But it's not like that, because you spend too much time with these characters that you're not supposed to like, and there's no redeeming qualities about them at all. Like the film, I don't know the word, I think it's vanity. The film doesn't have any vanity to it, which some characters, it would have been nice to have some vanity to them. It's very, very gloomy, dark, and it doesn't work for this movie at all.
Oh, really? Wow. Well, that's unfortunate.
The film never made any real points in the storylines. It never created the hero and the real true investment that one would have in the hero. So you can't get invested to the hero. You're not going to have a great movie by the end of it. The voiceover is very insulting and interfered in between the connection between me and the characters, because there's a lot of quiet moments in the film that get overshadowed by a forced voiceover, and it's very insulting. And instead of connecting to the characters and having investment through the acting, because I'm not getting any investment through the story, that messes that up. And the voiceover, whoever did the voiceover in this movie also wrote it, so he should have knew better, because he knew how his book was supposed to be. So sir, who wrote the book and narrated the movie, I think
you absolutely suck.
The last thing I didn't like about this film that involves the story is the intention. There's many scenes that could have had an excellent climax, a small little excitement to get you to the next thing, get you on the edge of your seat, get you invested in these characters, but it doesn't have any intention to do that. It's a missed opportunity for sure with the tension, and it makes me think, even though all the fixings I said, the rest of the film is good to great even, the directing is
Terrible.
all that in the film I thought was incredible. All that is really are believable and help invest you some in the story. Being in like the dirty South, people are really like that, and I know people like this, being from the dirty South. So even though it's 2020, people still act the way they do in that movie, which is kind of scary, but it is what it is. It's like Lil Wayne said, South's so dirty, you can't bathe it. But I really like that. I thought that connected me to the actors more, and maybe like some of the side characters, like, damn, I know that guy, I met that guy. So I really enjoyed the acting from the extras all the way up to the top, to Tom Holland. The sounds of the voices too, I hear on a daily basis, so that was also very good. But let's get to the main character, Tom Holland. Tom Holland, he obviously Spider-Man. He goes dark, and it works pretty well. He's the only really thing you are supposed to care about in the film, and the only thing you really care about at the end of the film is not much, though, I will say, so that sucks.
Like a prostitute.
One thing I saw from the trailer that I wanted more of in this film was Robert Pattinson, for sure. His character, his role he played reminds me of Reverend Henry Powell from Night of the Hunter. One of my favorite movies ever made. A corrupt preacher. He's a corrupt preacher in this film. He's like hitting on chicks left and right, and they come to pray, and he's giving them dick. So not a good preacher, but a good character for a movie for sure. And the trailer kind of showed him in a higher light, I guess. So maybe my expectations going into the film weren't met because of that, and maybe that's why I didn't enjoy the film. Maybe that's why the score's a little lower than the Rotten Tomatoes score and most critics gave it.
Mike, maybe.
But honestly, there's just too many performances in the film. You can't get invested in 900 characters. It doesn't work that way. The MCU had to go through 29 movies just to get you invested in all those characters. So get you invested in 10 to 15 characters and their stories, it's not going to happen.
Am I lying?
And it just irritates me, because this could have been a fantastic movie. Because I'm talking about the actors, and the acting's so good. And when you get to all these storylines, and you give me 20 to 15 minutes on each character just so they can make a 5-minute impact later on in the film, it's not good. I thought the war was vanity. These characters, they needed levity. I Googled it. Yes, it's called editing. You didn't see me Googled it, but I Googled it. Also, we don't need to stay with those characters too long. There's a serial killer and a sex maniac serial killer in this movie. We don't need to stay with them for 40 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. That's about it. Another problem I have with the film is it's way too long. And yes, I said I was done shitting on it, but I'm kind of upset right now because I love film and I wanted this to be a fantastic film, and it was not. You could have cut so much out of this film. All those extra storylines, all those extra times we've riding with the fucking sex maniac serial killers. We don't need that. You could cut 30 minutes out of this movie.
Ease. With the greatest of ease.
That's right.
The writing of this film is great. I already said the acting was great. The editing, also very good. Not noticeable at all. The transitions are beautiful. They're clean. The production design, also very authentic. Fucked with it heavy. And the cinematography. The cinematography is very, very good in this film. All the stuff that is great. But it's not enough to make this a great movie, though. Like I said, all the fixings are great. The steak's overcooked. The steak's not good. Steak's the main course. The steak is what you saw on the menu. And that picture is what made you buy the steak. This trailer was so good. I was so hyped for this movie. I couldn't wait. I got on Netflix and boom, watched it first day. Didn't live up to the hype. Didn't live up to the taste buds. So it wasn't enough to make this a great movie. That acting is phenomenal. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these people got an acting nomination at the end of the year. But it still doesn't make it a good movie. So if you're planning on watching The Devil Inside, no, was it not Inside? The Devil All the Time, I would say.
There's a skip for me. They can do better.
Tell me what you thought about this movie down in the comment section below. Scroll back up, hit the like button, share the video, and yeah, I want you to subscribe.
I hope so.